Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch everything. Hey y'all, hey. Thank you for listening to Sisters Who Watch.
Hey, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura. And we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movies, sports, music videos, concerts, and even paint dry.
That's right.
We love to watch, yes. And we love talking about it even more. Today we're watching
everything. Best of 2022 movies and TV.
Okay, so first, let's talk about why we started this podcast. This is our first episode, and we want, everyone to get to know us and learn why we wanted to do this.
Exactly. So, not a surprise. We both love entertainment and watching content. That's why we're here today.
That's right.
We grew up just consuming so much content, blockbuster movie Fridays, watching soap operas with our mom.
Yes.
You name it.
Yes, everything. I especially love reality TV. We both do. And I like to say that our mom has been watching The Bachelor specifically since the first season.
We're OGs.
She's the OG. And as a result, I've been watching since I was like 8 or 9 years old, which is pretty absurd.
Not healthy. Too young to watch that show.
Probably a little too young. But regardless, we're here.
We made it.
Okay. Yeah.
We're fine.
We graduated from college, and so now we're out here. And so we both just love movies and TV shows, and weekly we'll call each other and be like, oh my gosh, did you see this new episode?
What did you think?
Let's
debrief.
Did you see this movie? We have to talk about it. So we're like, we gotta
not
share our opinions with the world.
This.
Yes, exactly. Because we're already doing this, so we might as well record it. Exactly.
Might as well.
Yes.
We have plenty of hot takes, and we're excited to share with you all our best movies of 2022.
Yes. Okay, so we're first going to start with movies. And Shelby, do you want to start with your number 5 movie of the year?
Yes, let's get into it. I'm not going to lie, it was a little harder for me to pick some of my favorite movies. Not sure what's going on with our industry. But my number 5 movie from 2022 was Wedding Season.
Oh,
Woo!
okay. Yes.
Not to confuse it with a similar title called Wedding Season on Hulu. It's a movie on Netflix about an Indian American couple, and they start out as friends, and then they fall in love. I mean, come on, what's better than a rom-com?
Yes, Shelby loves
rom-coms.
Loves them.
My favorite genre.
Yes, we actually watched Wedding Season together as I was braiding Shelby's hair. Which took like 16 hours, like literally 12 hours. But we watched it to pass the time.
It's great.
But it was great. I loved it.
Really good. I feel like it was a nice, like, modern rom-com, relatable to people in their 20s.
Yes.
It's set in the East Coast. Just everything about it.
Yes.
I loved. And they had great chemistry. I think that's the number one thing you need in a rom-com.
Yes, exactly.
Good chemistry.
And of course, we love representation.
Hey.
We love it. We love to see it. And I know everyone keeps on telling me to watch the show. I'm going to watch it. Indian Matchmaking. I heard it's like one of the best reality shows out there. So, So
we love diverse love shows.
Stories.
We love inclusive stories.
So, I agree. That's a great pick. Okay.
So Laura, what is your number 5 movie?
A little controversial.
Here we go. What is she going to say?
My number 5 top movie of 2022 was Bros.
Wow.
Yes.
Sticking with the rom-coms. That's the theme.
Yes. Because, there was a lot of controversy about this movie. And
undeservedly so, I think.
Yes, undeservedly so. And Shelby and I actually saw it together. We saw it in Vegas. It was very random.
Might be a theme, us watching things together.
Yes. We went to Vegas, and we actually saw a concert there, which was so fun. And we were like, we should see Bros. Like, we have some time. We should see it, support the movie, because it was getting a lot of hate. But I loved it.
It was good.
I thought it was really good. I mean, I'm definitely a Billy Eichner fan. We loved watching him on Billy on the Street. Yes, you're
Billy on the Street.
He's so funny.
OG.
So I was like, I gotta go see this to support And also, I feel like I consume definitely more LGBTQ content than the average person. So I was like, I really want to see this movie.
We're allies over
here. Yes. Be an ally and support. But yeah, we both really enjoyed it. We thought it was good. It was super funny. Like we said, we love diverse stories.
Yes.
And I'm a Billy Eichner fan. Yeah. So
that's a good one. That's a good pick. I think it delivered more on the comedy than the romance.
Yes.
But it was a good movie.
Right. We both said that it was marketed a little wrong. Yes. And it was definitely giving more comedy than rom-com. And I think that, we wish that it didn't bomb the way it did.
I know.
But overall, we did enjoy it. Yeah, so that's my number 5.
Ooh, good one. Yes. I think we're off to a good start.
Me too.
Giving people good recommendations.
Yes.
I guess I'm going next.
What's your number 4?
My number 4. So, not trying to make it a Netflix theme, but my next is also on Netflix.
Okay.
It's Hustle.
Yes.
The Adam Sandler sports dramedy.
Yes.
You know, we grew up sports fans.
Love
basketball
sports.
in particular. We both played growing up, so I'm a sucker for a sports movie.
Yes.
And I just thought it had the drama, the comedy, the little romance with Queen and Adam, and it had what I needed. It gave me what I needed.
Yeah.
I just thought it was all around really good.
It did what needed to be done.
It did what needed to be done. That is right. And I feel like we've been missing really good sports movies. I don't know if you feel that. I feel like we always go back.
You didn't like Space Jam?
The sequel? A New Legacy. A New Legacy was fine. But Hustle was great.
Yeah.
Hustle was great. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
It was good. We saw it as a family.
We did.
Yes.
It's a really good family movie.
Yes.
I feel like I talked to multiple friends that were like, I watched it with my parents. I watched it with my cousins. Like, it's a good family movie.
Yes. Okay, great. That's a good pick. Not on my list, but I did enjoy it.
Well, we gotta have diversity.
Yes, exactly.
We can't like the exact same things.
Right.
So what's your number 4?
Yes. So my number 4, and I know that you and our brother Jason didn't love this movie. But
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Classic pick. It's about to win the Oscar.
All the awards.
It's winning all the awards.
Yes. So
why did you like this movie?
Oh.
No, you asked me the same thing. I want context. I want detail.
Okay, so I know
the world needs to know.
Yeah. So this movie came out a while ago. It was like early 2022.
Yes, early 2022. Yes. A24 distributed it.
Yes. So, and everyone was talking about it. All my coworkers were like, you have to see this movie. I was getting all this hype, so I was like, I have to see this movie. But I just had never seen it. But I was on a plane coming back from New York.
Good plane movie.
Yes.
I saw it on a plane too.
I can't. So it made the flight go by real quick, which was great.
It was long.
But I really liked it. And Shelby and our brother Jason, they kept on going on and on about how they didn't like it. And
you're exaggerating.
Like, no, y'all kept on being like,
you're
it's
exaggerating.
Overhyped. Everyone's saying this is the best movie of all time. And you're like, it's overhyped. So I was like, I don't know what to expect.
That doesn't mean I didn't like it.
Right.
Saying it's overhyped does not mean I didn't like it. To
clarify. I really, really enjoyed it. I see why it's getting all the hype. One of the most creative stories I've seen. And like we said, diverse stories. I loved seeing like an Asian family at the heart of this film. And also like, it's not a traditional genre you see like diverse stories in, like sci-fi. I thought that was really cool. And I was surprised how funny it was. It was like so absurd, like so funny. Like the Rakakuni, like I guess
it's not my kind of comedy. I laugh at everything. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the raccoon thing really took me out. I thought that was so funny. But I really enjoyed it. It was long, but I thought like it tied together really well, and like how the mom and the child and the daughter like came together.
Well, you are like almost everyone in the industry because
everyone
it's winning all the awards
except for you
and Jason. So my critique is just that it was a little overhyped. I had multiple people say it's the best movie they've ever seen. It's, bringing back cinema. Like, it was crazy how many people in LA were talking about it.
Yes.
And I think it made expectations a little bit too high.
Yes.
I will also say that sci-fi is not my genre, so I'm less interested in that space in general, so that could be why I also wasn't a huge fan.
Right.
But I thought it was good, you know? Not the best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's getting the love it deserves because we love a inclusive film, and to see that kind of representation from Michelle Yeoh and all those other actors is like really exciting.
Yes, we do love the love it's getting. But, you know.
Love the love it's giving, just not my favorite movie.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. Okay, Shelby.
Okay,
on to
my number 3 movie. This is probably, I don't know if it's a hot take, but not on a lot of people's top movie lists.
Oh.
For me, it's The Lost City, which was, again, theme, action, kind of comedy, rom-com.
Okay.
With Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Okay.
I love a rom-com. Yes. And I like that it was more action comedy focused.
Yeah.
I like that it brought Channing Tatum back. I think the Channing Tatum renaissance is upon us.
Oh.
As you know, I was a big fan back in the day, middle school, high school, Step Up, Dear John, 21 Jump Street.
Yes.
Magic Mike. Whew! It was a phase.
You had him as your phone case.
I had him as my phone case. That was a gift from a friend. I didn't go out of my way to make a Channing phone case. It was a gift from a friend.
You didn't?
And then I even, I was a big fan. So I thought it was great. And also, you don't see many movies like that being made by studios and being released theatrically these days. Like, we're missing that, like, mid-budget rom-com, that mid-budget comedy.
Yes.
I feel like everything that's in the theaters is either an indie drama or, like, a big-budget action sci-fi. And those aren't always for me. So I felt like it was a movie for me.
Yes.
And I got to go to the theater and watch it. And I had a good time. And it was light and funny. Let's laugh more these days.
Yes, I agree. We need more comedies, for sure.
We need more comedies.
Yes. No, that's a unique pick. I have not seen it, but I remember you told me that you really enjoyed it.
You have to see it, Laura.
Yes. Okay, maybe I'll have to. The Chanaissance.
The Chanaissance is upon us. Yeah.
Okay, good pick. Good.
I don't know if I believe you, but
no, that's I like it. I like it. It's unique. It's unique.
What is your number 3?
So my number 3, I feel like I know you also really enjoyed this, is Triangle of Sadness.
Oh my gosh, love this movie.
Yes, I know we both really loved it. Our brother also, big movie guy. Loved it. And I remember everyone was talking about it.
It's great.
And I was like, I had a free afternoon. I said, okay, I'm going to go and see this movie.
It's great.
So I saw it on my own, and mind blown. I thought it was great. So I thought it was amazing. I love a movie with social commentary.
Love.
And it was just a big satire. I love satire.
Dramedies.
Yes, it was funny. It was unique. But if you don't know, it's about, like, this model couple who get invited. She's an influencer. She gets invited to go on this cruise. And it's all these rich people just being rich and, annoying, etc. And then there's a big twist at the end, and...
Ooh, love a twist.
Yes, we love a twist. And, like, I just loved how the power dynamics changed so quickly. And I loved how the people who typically don't have the power have the power. So...
Yes.
I loved it. I thought it was super unique, and I just loved the social commentary, because we love that. We love that.
Amazing pick, Laura. And
yes, it was so good.
I might as well just say that was my number 2 movie.
Oh,
so we can jointly talk about this.
Yes.
Jointly talk about Triangle of Sadness.
Ranked it
number 2.
Yes.
One of the better movies I saw last year.
Yeah, so good.
To what you said, we love a movie that can balance being fun and light and enjoyable with social commentary. I laughed a lot, and I felt like it was a really good critique on the modeling industry, which you don't see often in movies. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie that, like, critiqued the modeling world, so I thought that was really unique. Also critiqued, like, bulk culture and yachts and, kind of upstairs, downstairs vibes. So
for sure.
I thought it was really well done, and the director... Ruben Östlund, I think I'm saying his name correctly. Like, he is a really famous director, and this movie won a lot of awards at Cannes, and I think this is my favorite movie that he's done. I've also seen The Square, which is a little more out there for me, but I thought Triangle of Sadness was so well done. The actors were great.
Acting was great.
Highly recommend people watch.
Yes. We both loved it. I watched it because Shelby and Jason kept on raving about it. So
it's great.
Highly recommend.
Big fan.
So good. Yes. Nice. Good transition.
Good transition.
My number 3, Shelby's number 2. Okay, so I guess I need to talk about...
So now you need to talk about your number 2. Big deal. Get into the top.
Another movie that I know that my entire family loves, my number 2 is The Woman King.
Oh my gosh, you're stealing my thunder! That's my number 1! Let's talk about it, though.
Perfect. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about The Woman King.
What I love about it, and then this is perfect. Okay.
Yeah, very aligned.
So we both love this movie.
Love.
1, Viola Davis.
My favorite actor.
Yeah, hands down. I think
Obsessed.
she's also my favorite actor.
She's great.
She's great. She's amazing.
She can act.
Yes. I just, love her. She's so talented. And also, she's just such great representation. Dark-skinned black woman. So confident in her body. I love seeing her on screen. So I think she's super inspiring for all of us. And, of course, just the movie was so... well done. I was laughing, I was crying, I was shaking. It was, everything about it was so good. And there were a lot of up and coming actors and not that many, blockbuster people. So I think that was also great. So yeah, roller coaster of emotions. I thought it was a great ending. And Viola Davis, that's it.
Icon.
That's a tweet. Amazing.
That's it. Enough said.
Enough said. Okay, so why did you choose The Woman King as your number 1?
So first off, I'll say, I went in a little skeptical because it's, right, it was promoted, I would say, as an action movie.
Yes.
Action's not my typical genre.
Yeah.
And I was really going to support Viola because we love her, as well as Gina Prince Bythewood because we love her,
Yes.
Love and Basketball, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yes.
So I went in to support black people. As Issa Rae said, I'm always rooting for everybody black.
Everybody black.
That's it. And I was just, excited to support, but expectations low.
Yes.
I saw the movie and was blown away.
Blown away.
I was telling everyone I knew to watch this.
Yes.
Because I thought it had action. It had drama. It had history. Yes. It had romance. It had comedy.
It had everything.
I'm shocked I was laughing so much. And I was also crying. When one of my favorite characters, I will not say because we don't want to spoil, dies, I was bawling. I was so sad. I was devastated.
I know.
But it just all around was amazing, and I love to see a story about black people.
Yes.
Written and directed by black, produced just everything about it.
And also attracted a diverse audience. Yes. I remember when I was there were all kinds of folk in there watching.
It just made me so proud.
Yes.
And
awesome. And you have a shot from the movie on your vision board for this year.
I do.
Yes.
I do. I make vision boards, and I put The Woman King, a shot of Viola being directed by Gina, on my vision board.
Yes.
Because it's just such powerful seeing women in entertainment.
Yes.
And I'm also a black woman in entertainment.
That's
trying to channel that energy. You know what I'm saying? Channel that energy.
Yes. Yeah, but we both love
that movie. Wish it had gotten a little more awards love.
I know our brother was ranting.
I was a little tight about the Oscar snubs. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're not making a movie for Oscar voters.
Right.
We're making it for the world and spread joy and love and spread awareness. But it was disappointing to not see our stories recognized.
Okay.
But honestly, watch The Woman King. It's actually on Netflix right now. It's not a Netflix movie, but it's on Netflix right now. So please go watch.
Yes.
It's a gem. Best movie I saw last year.
Yes. Preach. Okay, so tell us about your honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions, very different. One is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Shocker. I do not watch animated movies often. I don't really watch kid movies often.
Yes.
But we grew up watching the Shrek franchise.
Yes.
Loved it. I feel like that's our childhood.
Yes, we loved
And
that.
we were in Mississippi, which is where we go to visit our mom's side of the family.
Yes.
And we wanted to get our grandfather out of the house. He's had health challenges. We wanted to do something fun, see a movie.
Yeah.
Low stakes activity. And we had heard that this was getting good reviews and would be light, hopefully a movie the whole family could watch.
Right.
We all went and loved it.
Yes.
Blown away how well done it was, and the themes about, like, work and life and aging and death.
Right.
Like, very timely and adult for, like, we were all, like, over the age of, like, 22 seeing this movie.
Right. Yeah.
So it was the perfect movie, and I was pleasantly surprised because I typically don't watch kids' movies.
Yeah.
But I thought it was the perfect 4-quad movie for the whole family.
Yes. Perfect family movie.
So, yeah, that's one of my honorable mentions.
Nice.
The other is Love Lizzo.
Yes.
A documentary on HBO Max about our amazing Lizzo, who we are big fans of. Honestly, last year was kind of like the year of Lizzo for us.
That was her year, yeah.
We saw her in concert in LA. Amazing. Watched her documentary. Watched her new reality show. Got some Yiddy apparel.
Yes.
Lizzo is an icon, and it was amazing to see her story. I also just love documentaries.
Yes.
So I was close to putting it in my top, but I'm really glad I got to see it and that she's getting so much love and people are getting to hear more about her story.
Yes. I have to admit, that's also one of my honorable mentions.
Wow. Very aligned.
And it just, really dives deep into her history, why she's a musician, and the messaging behind her songs. Because she just preaches optimism, love, confidence, and things that I'm definitely trying to work on. So she is just one of my idols for sure. I absolutely adore her. If you haven't seen Love Lizzo, it's amazing. You'll laugh, you'll cry.
It's great.
You'll sing along. It's amazing. We loved it. Another one of my honorable mentions was Wedding Season.
Oh! Yes! My top 5.
Yes. So I really enjoyed that movie for all the reasons we said. Great representation, but also just a feel-good rom-com.
Yeah, we just need more of that.
It was great.
Easy breezy watch.
Yes, it was so fun. Okay, so now onto my number one.
Wow, it's a lot of build-up.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I love this.
Okay, tell us.
I'm obsessed. I love this movie so much. Puss in Boots is the best movie of 2022. Hot take.
Screaming! Hot take, Laura, but I'm here for it.
Amazing. I remember leaving the theater speechless. I was like, how did they make a kids movie so deep and so mature?
So good.
The themes of the movie were about death and change and getting older, and I was just it was beyond. I was just shocked that a children's movie could just connect to me and our family in so many ways. And it's just you can't run away from death. You have to, acknowledge and embrace that we're all maturing, getting older. It was just so complex.
Ugh, it was great.
And it was hilarious. We were
falling out of our seats.
We were falling out of the seats in the theater laughing. It was so funny. And again, diverse representation. It was very Spanish. It was very Latin.
Yes, love
which we love to see. It was unbelievable how good it was.
It was so good. And
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that is 100% my favorite movie of 2022.
I'm shocked.
I do love animated films. I don't watch them that often. But Coco is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie.
Amazing.
So it reminds me of Coco in a way.
Yes.
And I loved Puss in Boots: Last Wish. It was unbelievable how good it was. Highly recommend. It's so funny. There's music in it. You'll be singing the songs from the movie. And the themes and the messaging from the movie are unreal. Loved it. So.
Wow.
Yes, that is my favorite movie of 2022.
Love that we're ending on that one.
I know.
And
it's great.
We're very aligned.
We are as always.
Unsurprising.
Who's surprised?
We have a lot of similar shows.
Yes.
We didn't, titles.
Yes.
But we didn't have the same number 1 or number 2.
Yes.
But had very similar movies.
Very similar.
What were the differences? The only difference, Everything Everywhere
Bros,
and Lost City.
And
Hustle.
Yes. But yeah, we enjoy, similar content.
Wow.
So it's great.
You'll realize that about us.
I know.
Although we're 4 years apart, we have very similar tastes and interests.
And everyone thinks that we're twins. That we're
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Everywhere. Okay, so we gotta talk about TV now.
I guess so. Girl, okay. TV, it was a great year. It was tough to narrow this down. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so tell me, what was your number 5? Top TV show of the year?
So as I was saying, there was so much good content this past year.
Yeah.
And it was hard to narrow down because you had returning seasons that I loved, like Hacks or Only Murders in the Building.
Right.
And then you also had like new kind of like nonfiction shows like The Big Brunch or Watch Out for the Big Girls.
Yes.
But not everything can make the list.
Not everything can make
We're in the era of peak TV. We got to narrow it down.
Yes.
So, my number 5 show from last year was From Scratch.
Oh.
Ooh. Yes. It is a romantic drama miniseries on Netflix starring Zoe Saldana. And you'll notice a theme. We love representation and seeing myself on screen. So to see like a black woman in Italy, you know, working abroad and taking classes abroad and like finding love. It was so aspirational.
Right.
She falls in love with this Italian man, and it does get sad.
Yes.
Definitely This Is Us energy. If any of you watch This Is Us. But it is such a beautiful love story, and I love a romance. I love seeing us, you know, be represented and get to experience that kind of romance because you don't see that often. And it's based on a true story, which I think is even more unbelievable. Like, I highly recommend watching it if you don't mind crying a little bit. Because you will cry. It was trending on Twitter how people were devastated. So you will cry, but it's so well done.
Oh my goodness. I know. I feel like y'all have been telling me to watch it. I still haven't watched it.
I know. You don't really like sad stuff.
Not really. But I know I need to.
Great.
I need to. Okay.
You're number 5. Give it to me. I'm ready.
I feel like you might have also put this on your list. But I put The Bear.
Oh! Love The Bear!
Hulu.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I mean,
gosh, it's such a good show.
What you'll probably find out, we love cooking shows. I love the Food Network. I love Guy Fieri. Everything. I love cooking shows. So I thought this show was really great. And at first I didn't love it because it's very intense. It's very loud. It's very edgy.
A little.
But it was great. I thought it was really good. It's fun seeing them cook and like, you know, kind of kiki in the kitchen and like, of course, like we said, yes, it's starring, you know, a white man, but there are a lot of diverse characters.
Very diverse cast. Yes.
So I really enjoyed it. It's funny, but like you said, there's balance. You know, you will get a little emotional, but I think at the end of the day, it's very entertaining, really well done, and a really fun watch. I watched it in like a few days. Super easy to watch.
Such a fun watch.
Highly recommend, especially if you love food and cooking.
Yes, it's an FX show that's on Hulu.
Yes.
So that's where you watch it.
Yes, so we both really loved it.
Great show.
Okay, tell me about your number 4.
Ooh, my number 4. This is a show I told you to watch, and you did. It's Reasonable Doubt.
Oh my gosh, that's my number 4.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about it together.
Yes, first tell me. Yeah, why'd you love it?
So for those of you that don't know, Reasonable Doubt is a black lawyer show on Hulu.
Yes.
By the Onyx Collective, which is through Disney, like focused on creating like black and diverse stories. Mm-hmm. And it's created by a black woman, written by a black woman, directed. It just stars a black woman. It is great to see our representation behind and in front of the camera. And it's set in LA. And now that I live in LA, I love watching shows in LA.
Of course.
What can I say? And it was just so great to see a badass black woman who's a mom and a lawyer and really good at her job, but like complicated and dealing with things at home and like trauma from her past and just is messy, but also really smart and talented and passionate. And it was just great to see a complex, multifaceted depiction of what it is to be black in America, because we don't get that often. And the soundtrack was bomb. Mm-hmm. The settings were great. I hope it gets renewed for season 2.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. But all around, loved the show. And I even watched it with my friend Alana. We were doing watch parties together. So fun watching with someone else, especially with all the twists and turns. And then I actually got to meet some of the cast and the creator and writer at an event at the Gathering Spot where they did like a screening and a Q&A. Yes. And it was just so great to hear them talk about it and celebrate them. And it was just such a great show. Big fan. Similar to, I'd say, like How to Get Away with Murder, a Scandal, yes. If you've seen any of those.
Yes, very much so. It's giving How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
And we love that show. So if you like that, you're going to love Reasonable Doubt. And yes, I put that as my number 4 for all the reasons why you said. Because, yeah, it's just such a real, raw depiction of life. And also has a twist and a turn. Like, it's so entertaining. You're hooked from, like, the first episode.
Yes.
And like Shelby said, I love a comedy. Like, I love reality. Like, I don't watch as many dramas, but I loved it. And it also, you know, it has comedic moments as well.
Yeah, it does. And it's very black.
Yeah, very black. And, you know, law is something that I'm really interested in. So also seeing, like, you know, this case, you know, kind of unfold in the courtroom and seeing how Jax, that's the main character, approaches the case. Jax. It was really cool. Her
really fashion and style is on point too.
The fashion is on point. She always looked so good. Amazing. So if you love seeing, you know, fashion, you love seeing drama, you love seeing chaos, it has it all.
It's messy. It's messy and romantic.
Yes. Very messy. And also Michael Ealy.
Oh my gosh, yes, sorry, we're not talking about the entire cast. If you love Michael Ealy, he's in it.
He's main character.
In a great role.
Always looking good. Yeah, so if you love Michael Ealy, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's...
Yes, go support.
Please support.
We
need it to be renewed.
Yes. We loved Reasonable Doubt.
Love Reasonable Doubt.
Okay. Tell me about your number 3.
Oh, my number 3. So, I'd say most of my shows on my list are either miniseries or new shows, but this is a returner.
Okay.
Yes. My number 3 is Bridgerton Season 2.
Wow.
Yes, which I know not everyone feels the same way I do about this second season.
Yes.
I will put that out there. But I personally loved seeing Anthony as the lead. Mm-hmm. I thought he's a great actor. He dealt with all the emotion and the intensity. And personally, I love seeing a woman of color getting her love and being in the lead role. Very true. I loved that Simone Ashley was the star. Yeah. And I just thought they had great chemistry, great romantic energy. Personally, I really enjoy the build up to the romance.
Yeah.
Don't let them get together too quickly.
Right.
I like the build up. I like the will they, won't they. I like the friends to enemies tropes. Just amazing. And I feel like the show in season 2 checked the boxes on all of those. I know some people missed, the Duke and Duchess. Yeah. But I thought it was fine without them.
Okay.
A little bit of a hot take. And I thought it was great. Loved the romance. I actually watched the season twice. That tells you how much I loved it. I rewatched it.
Wow, I don't think I knew that.
Yes.
Wow, that's an interesting pick. I'm one of those people, I didn't love the first season of Bridgerton.
Neither did I.
I thought it was okay. I just watched it because everyone was talking about it. So I was like, I have to see this show. And then when the second season came out, I really only watched the first season for Regé Jean Page. That's why I watched it.
Yes, he's beautiful.
And then when he wasn't in the next season, I was like, I don't care. And I heard mixed things about the second season. I heard people like you who loved it. I heard other people said they didn't like it. So I was like,
I think some people missed Regé Jean Page, which I understand. But I didn't think his romance with Daphne was as good.
Yeah, I didn't like their romance.
So I think the actual romance is better this season. You're just missing the star.
Got it.
I would say that's the biggest difference in my opinion.
That's a good take. I like the pick. It's a curveball. Was not expecting it.
Love a curveball.
I haven't seen it, but a lot of people have told me to check it out.
Girl, you gotta watch.
Let's see. Okay, so my number 3 didn't technically come out in 2022, but
Laura.
I'm still putting it
Those
there.
are the rules.
Bling Empire, New York.
Wow.
Bling Empire,
That's a good pick.
New York.
That's a good pick.
One of the best reality shows I've seen in a long time.
It's a good pick. I like that.
Because Shelby and I, we both watch Bling Empire.
We do.
Like the LA version. And the past couple seasons for Bling Empire LA have been
they've gone down.
to watch.
A little forced.
So I wasn't sure if we were going to watch Bling Empire New York, but we're originally from the New York City area, and Shelby lived in Harlem for several years, and we have family there. So we were like, we gotta see what this version is like. And we both loved it. So good. We watched it in like 2 days. We binged it. We thought it was amazing. It's so New York. It's all about fashion. It's all about like relationships. And what a big critique of the LA version was that it felt so produced, like so fake, and a lot of the situations just didn't feel like natural. And we understand it's TV, it's reality, you know. A lot of it is produced and fake. Mm-hmm. But the LA one, it was too much. But we just loved the New York one. We loved the people. We thought they were more interesting, more genuine and raw. And we loved the fashion.
Loved.
So, highly recommend Bling Empire New York. It was one of the best shows I've seen in a while.
Loved.
It's so good. On Netflix. Go watch it.
Laura, I did not expect that pick.
It's a good pick.
But it's a good one.
It's a good pick.
It's a really good one.
Tell me about your number 2.
My number 2?
Yes.
Okay. So I will say...
What is it?
You already mentioned it. It's The Bear.
Oh.
Woo!
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes, The Bear was my number 2 show of the year. And all the shows I've said so far are dramas. And like you, I typically watch comedies and like light stuff. But The Bear is a dramedy.
Yes.
But it's amazing. So I just love a new, refreshing concept. Yeah. And thought that this was so fresh. Yes. And the acting was amazing. I hadn't seen this kind of take on the cooking world. Like, I don't know if ever. So it was so cool to see, and I thought it was, the way it was filmed was disorienting at times, so I thought it was so cool. You were like really in it. You felt them cooking. You felt the stress.
You felt like you were in the kitchen.
Yes, you felt like you were in the kitchen. And I loved how most of the cast was new to me. Yeah. Like, I didn't watch Shameless, so I didn't know the lead character before, but I thought that the cast crushed it, and it just blew me away. So I thought it was so well done. I loved that they've been getting a lot of love and that it was nominated for awards. And I think Jeremy Allen White won one recently. Mm-hmm. Like, I just think it was really well done. And I'm excited. It's coming back for season 2 this year.
Yes. Love, love, love. I couldn't agree more. I thought it was a great show.
It's great.
On to my number 2.
Yes. I'm excited to hear.
Watch out for the big girls.
Hey, watch out for the big girls.
Watch out for the big girls. If you didn't know, that's the theme song of Watch Out for the Big Girls, Lizzo's show.
It's great.
So good.
So good.
I think what's so mind-blowing about that show, I mean, of course it won the Emmy. And most of the women on the show were women of color, black women. And they were all thick, they were all curvy. And it was just so powerful watching that show. Like, I felt so represented by it.
So good.
And Lizzo's just so funny. Like, it was such a funny show, and also the challenges were unique. They were interesting.
So unique.
And it was uplifting. Like, it wasn't like cutthroat, chop, like, get these girls out of here. It was like, how can we make them better? Yes. And if they weren't stepping up to the plate, like, we're going to support them and love them on their way out, you know?
Literally.
So, it was such a new and unique reality show, and I hope it comes back. I don't know how many times Lizzo can get new dancers to perform with, but we loved it. It was so good, and yeah, I just love Lizzo. She's so funny. I'm so happy for her.
We are Team Lizzo.
Team Lizzo.
Do not come for her.
It was one of my favorite shows of last year. It was so good. Yes.
Laura, amazing pick. That's one that just didn't make my list.
Yeah, close.
But it was close.
Yes. Okay, before we get to your number 1, you gotta tell us your honorable mentions.
Okay. Again, TV was so good this year. It was really hard to narrow down.
It was tough.
But you have to. You had to make some tough decisions. I'd say this is where a lot of reality shows come in for me.
Yes.
None of them cracked my top 5, but first honorable mention, Sweet Life LA Season 2!
Yeah.
A show I don't know how many people watched.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my friends were watching it. For those of you who don't know, it's a young black reality show on HBO Max set in LA. Literally people who are in their early, mid-20s, living in LA, doing their thing. And I loved it. Again, now that I'm in LA, love watching stuff in LA. The second season brought on more of the drama with Thailand and crew. Ooh. And I also love how it just shows us hustling and like living life. Yeah. We don't have that much these days, and I feel like all reality is either love focused or like rich competition people, or like housewives, yes. Rich people, mothers, which is fine.
Yes.
But what about people that look like us? Right. They're doing our thing.
Young people doing their thing.
Young people doing their thing.
Right.
So I thought it was so good. Sadly, I don't think it got renewed for another season. Oh. But I thought it was great. And it was just a fun, light watch. Give me some, like, black people doing their thing.
Right.
We need more of that.
Living their lives. That's great.
Living their lives.
I agree.
And even though I just kind of came for some of those housewives or rich people shows, y'all, The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Yes. Do not sleep on this show.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I'm just counting both seasons in this because I watched them both this past year.
So good.
So good. They're on Peacock.
I forgot to add that. That's good.
Laura, that show is amazing.
Yes, I watched it and I was like, Shelby,
girl,
you have to watch this immediately.
So good.
I loved it. And yeah, both seasons, we both watched them this past year. The first one, they go to the Caribbean, I forget where. But then the second one, they go to Dorinda Medley's house in the Berkshires, Bluestone Manor. Iconic.
Love Bluestone Manor.
And we loved Phaedra in season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip, preaching the gospel, spreading love, and we both loved it. That's a great pick. That definitely should have been in my list.
It was so good, so entertaining. Again, you can just have it on in the background, but it was messy, and it just brings all your favorite housewives together.
Right, exactly.
We need more of that. I want to see Dorinda getting into fights with Tamara from the OC. Yes, like, that's what we need.
We need more
That's what we need.
I agree. And another podcast I listened to, this is a great, like, introduction to the world of Housewives.
Yes.
If you've never seen it before, it shows you the greatest hits, some of, like, the all-stars, and it's a great first Housewives to watch. Because there's a lot of Housewives, so this is a good way to jump in. So, highly recommend.
Great.
Yes.
So, yes.
So good.
One of my favorites from this past year, but didn't crack the top 5. And then lastly, I felt like I had to add this, The Best Man, The Final Chapters.
Yes.
Also on Peacock.
Yeah.
I know, I wasn't really into Peacock, but now they're coming out with these shows for me. You may not know this, but The Best Man is one of my favorite movies ever. I've seen it multiple times. I also watched the sequel, The Best Man Holiday, multiple times. So I was so excited to see them all come together for this miniseries. And I'll be fair, it's not the best show ever, by any means.
Yeah.
There are some critiques, but I absolutely enjoyed it.
Yes.
And I thought it was fun to see them all back together. They look great. It's been over 20 years since the first movie, and they all look amazing. All-star cast. And my namesake, Shelby, I think had the best character arc.
Yeah.
I thought she crushed it in the miniseries. And if you love those movies or haven't discovered those movies yet, I recommend watch the Best Man franchise.
Yes. I totally agree. That's a great pick. I was thinking about putting it on my list. But yeah, we watched as a family. It's a great family watch.
Yes.
It was so fun. It was funny. It was light, but also had the serious moments.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. And plus, it's really on the pulse of culture. Like, they try, and incorporate all this modern stuff. So we both really enjoyed it. So it was nostalgic, but also very today.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely watch it. Go get Peacock.
So those are my honorable mentions.
Okay, those are good.
Thanks, girl.
I love the Housewives one.
And now we have to hear your honorable mentions.
So these are my honorable mentions. There's some deep cuts in here. First, on the Housewives train, I said The Real Housewives of Dubai.
Oh.
Brand new series that came out this past year.
Shocker alert.
I loved it. If y'all are watching Housewives of Dubai, Chanel, Icon.
I agree.
She's hilarious.
She's pretty.
She's stunning.
Iconic.
And I thought Dubai was just so interesting because talk about diverse stories. Like, they're talking about, like, Muslim culture, Arabic culture, like, East African culture. I just thought it was so interesting, and this was one of the first housewives that I saw that was international, and I loved it. And now I really want to go to Dubai. Shelby and I have talked about it. So good. So if you love the housewives, go check out Real Housewives of Dubai. I've heard mixed things, but I personally loved it. Love Chanel Ayan. Love her so much. My next honorable mention, this is a deep cut. It was on Discovery Plus, but then it was moved to HBO Max.
Gosh, I have no idea what you're going to say.
I know, it's such a deep cut. But for my Drag Race fans out there, y'all know who Trixie Mattel is, even if you're not like a Drag Race fan. But basically, Trixie Mattel started a show called Trixie Motel. And she bought a motel in Palm Springs. And she renovated it and created her own motel with like themes of her drag aesthetic.
What?
And then basically the show. So if you love like HGTV, like it's basically just an HGTV renovation show, but also with the fun of drag. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I wanted to see it, but I didn't have Discovery Plus. It's on HBO Max, so go check it out. It was really good. So they go through each room of the motel. They renovate it, pick a theme, and they go to all these different like thrift stores and boutiques in Palm Springs. And they walk through the design process. I thought it was so good. So if you love like drag, RuPaul's Drag Race, and renovation shows, it's like HGTV. I really enjoyed it. And then they throw a big party at the end.
Iconic.
It was really good. So deep cut.
I have not seen it.
Yes.
But I trust your taste.
Yes.
So I believe it's good.
Check it out.
It's good.
And then my last honorable mention, I loved this show, Claim to Fame.
I'm done. Laura and her reality TV.
I do. I love
That's
reality
the theme.
TV.
That is the pattern.
I loved Claim to Fame. It's kind of like, how do I describe it? It's so basically everyone there on the show is somehow related to a celebrity. And they have to like figure each other out. It's kind of like The Mole, but
better.
But definitely better. But basically everyone is related to a celebrity, and you have to figure out who's related to who. And there's clues and there's challenges to figure out who is who. And if you're not found out, then you make it all the way to the end and you win like $100,000 or something. It was so good. I was shocked at how good it was.
It was good.
I remember it was just on after The Bachelor one day, and then we were like, oh, what's this? And then we were like, wait, this is amazing. It's on ABC, also on Hulu. Highly recommend if you love reality shows. And the ending is just like so satisfying. I loved that show. Okay.
Wow, Laura.
Yes.
A lot of deep cuts there. I was not expecting.
A lot of deep cuts.
Giving people really some like new shows to look into.
Exactly.
I like that.
Okay. Number 1.
Whew. This is big. I wonder if we'll have the same one. Who knows?
I feel like probably.
But since we both love comedies,
yes.
I love to laugh.
Yes.
And I was on this from the beginning.
Okay, on the count of 3, we have to say what it is.
1, 2, 3. Elementary! How did I know? I had a feeling this was going to be your favorite show of 2022 as well.
We both watched it from the beginning,
From the beginning.
Yes.
I was on it. Sorry, we were on it, and I was telling people to watch, and then it became popular, so everyone got into it, and it blew up.
We were the OGs.
We were the OGs.
We love Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Icon. Ever since Moesha.
We watched Moesha.
She was the best part of that show.
A couple years ago, we were like, wait, we love her. What is she up to?
Show.
And then Abbott Elementary came out. We're like, oh,
perfect timing for us. We were ready to see her again.
Yes, and of course, Quinta Brunson.
Love Quinta.
Amazing. And I remember, as probably a lot of people, around our age, like, loved watching BuzzFeed videos. And I remember seeing her and just loving her so much. And now, Emmy Award-winning creator. And we love Abbott Elementary. We watched it literally last night. It's just so fun.
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
funny.
It's so funny.
It's witty. It's everything about it.
Everything about it. I mean, so good. And if you haven't heard of it, I'm sure you probably have, but it's like a workplace comedy.
Yes.
But set in a Philadelphia public school.
Yes.
That's mostly black and brown kids.
Yes.
And it follows the teachers.
Exactly. So it's shot like The Office, Parks and Rec.
Yes.
But follows teachers of this public school. And over Christmas, we showed this show to our grandpa.
Oh my gosh.
In his 80s. He loved it.
Loved it.
He was
created
laughing,
a new fan.
Like, He loved it so much. It's a great family watch.
It's a great family watch.
It's 20 minutes. It just is one of my favorite parts of the week.
Yeah, we love a sitcom every Wednesday on ABC or next day on Hulu, which is what we do. It's so good.
It's heartwarming, but it also, it talks about the realities of, low-income folks.
Yes.
Living in the inner city.
And... it's set on the East Coast, so all y'all Philly natives, Philly fans,
East Coast,
this is for you.
So
it's honestly, love it for Quinta, love it for Cheryl. The whole cast is hilarious.
Yes.
I actually saw, I think what's his name, Chris Perfetti, who plays
Jacob.
On the show. I saw him while I was hiking at Runyon, and he waved at me. We waved at each other. Love the show.
Oh my gosh. And we have to talk about her boyfriend. Well, what's his name?
I can't. Tariq. Best character. He is so funny. I'll never forget Tariq. The episode when he did, the rapping.
When he raps at the school.
Iconic.
The best. I think that's, the best episode. He's teaching about drugs. And he's like, what if this little homie right here died right now?
He's crazy. We love the show, and I love that it's getting all the awards, all the love.
Yes.
Bringing back the network comedy.
Yes,
and what I really love is that something Quinta said. She's like, I wanted to be on network TV. I wanted to be available for everyone. So, someone in prison could be watching it because they have network TV there. And she literally knows people that were, in prison and, saying, we love watching your show.
Wow.
And she just has such broad reach, and she wanted to write about the Philadelphia teachers because she grew up with her mom teaching there, and she's grateful for all the teachers she's had, and it just feels like a love letter to her upbringing, and she's bringing joy to the world because we need more laughter.
Yes.
And I just love seeing how well it's doing, and I just want more and more people to watch it.
I could not agree more. Second everything Shelby said. Well, that's our list.
Wow. I think we crushed it.
That's our list. I think this is a great
movies
list.
And shows of 2022.
Yes. So
you all have your recommendations now.
Go listen. Go watch all the stuff that we talked about. We love watching. We love talking. Watch the content.
That's right. We're sisters who watch for a reason.
Yes. So thank y'all so much for watching and listening to our first episode.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Exciting.
Yes.
More to come.
This is just the beginning.
The best
is yet to come. So thank you so much for listening to Sisters Who Watch. And look out for our next episode.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Everything.